so much better. Hi guys, welcome back to Emmarie Lane, where my goal is to help you feel beautiful inside and out and remind you that you are enough, and hopefully help you save you some money if I can. I know I look insane because I have my full face makeup on minus my eyebrows, and my eyebrows are very special to me. But it's all for a good cause because I'm doing a makeup battle today for eyebrow products, specifically the Maybelline TattooStudio Brow Gel, my favorite brow product of all time, versus the new-ish, it's been out for a minute, but I haven't tried it yet, the L'Oreal Unbelieva-Brow Brow Gel. Now the reason I'm putting these two together is they both claim that they are waterproof, sweat-proof, and last 48 hours. I've been using this for like 8 months constantly. I really haven't used anything else besides to touch up my brows. I use some brow pencils, but this is like amazing, and so I'm hoping this will be just as good. So basically, oh look, I have chocolate on my face. What is this? So I've done a whole video on how I apply the Maybelline one, so if you're interested on how to apply it specifically, I can link it right here. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about how I apply the Maybelline one. I need like a clip or something. Okay, that's better. Well, kind of look 5 years old, especially with no eyebrows, but I don't care. So while I apply the Maybelline one, I'm going to explain kind of what my plan is. Since these are supposed to last 48 hours each, I'm going to put that to the test. I know this can, but I want to know if the L'Oreal one compares to it, because the Maybelline one is, I think, $2 cheaper, depending on where you get it. So much better. So my plan is to test it out for 48 hours, obviously, but I want to like test it out. Today I'm just going to do like a normal thing. I've already showered and stuff, but tomorrow I'm going to work out because, you know, sweat proof. Shower and do all that stuff and see what happens if the L'Oreal one has lasted that long. I don't know how long it'll last. Let's go through the directions. Lightly apply product to fill in sparse areas. Use the angled brush. Oh, it comes with an angled brush and a spoolie. This one just comes with a spoolie. Outline and define a brow shape with feather-like strokes. To finish, comb through brows with spoolie. And then it says, to remove, use an oil-based cleanser. For long wear, avoid cleanser products around the brow area. So I got the shade Brunette for the L'Oreal one, even though I'm light brunette in Maybelline. Mostly because, and I think I might regret that, I think this might be too dark. Online, the light brunette looks so light, like almost like blonde. That looks a lot darker and not nearly as red. But like the swatches online like matched up perfectly. So I might look kind of crazy for this video, but we don't really care, do we? Okay, is it, oh. Is that a good shade match? That's not bad. I feel like this eyebrow is a lot more red than the other. Hold on. I'm gonna kind of mix that in. So on this eyebrow, just this one, I have a scar right at my arch from when I was learning to walk. And so since I have a scar, I have like a hole right there. And so the L'Oreal one, or the Maybelline one, so the Maybelline one is the only one that's ever done a good job filling it in the way I like. So applying a little bit of this, or a lot, whoops, that was a lot, to the angled brush. I like how this one's applying. You have a little bit more control with the angled brush. Does this have fibers in it? Maybelline one does. I don't think this does. So you get a lot more fuller on the Maybelline side, at least I do. But this one is a little bit more natural looking. Woohoo! That looks awesome. Okay, these are the two brows. First impressions, the Maybelline side, at least in person, it might look different on camera, just looks fuller in general, and I think it's because of the like little fibers that they have in the formula, which really is beneficial for someone like me who has very fine, thin brows naturally without even like destroying them, plucking them when I was like 14. So that is definitely a win on this side so far. But I also see a benefit in this one, in the L'Oreal one, for people who maybe don't want the very full, thick brow look for themselves with my kind of brows as well, or don't really need the fibers to fill in their brows a little bit more. It did do a good job covering up my little bald spot, and it looks very natural for this type of product where it's very pigmented and could look very fake. It wasn't hard to apply with the little brush, and it did wipe off easy when I messed up a little bit. So, and so far, I don't know if I have a favorite. 10:30 exactly right now. I'm going to check back in 12 hours if nothing has happened. If something has happened to this side of my face, I will check back in sooner. So I will see you in a second. Okay, it's been a little bit over 12 hours since I applied my brows, and they look exactly the same on both sides in my opinion. Like, I don't see any difference at all, which is awesome. neither one of them. So I'm gonna wash my face, make sure to be careful not to get cleanser on either eyebrow, and then we'll put them to the real test tomorrow. Do like an intense workout, maybe wear white or something, I don't know. So far so good. Oh guys, it's been a week. And I mean, it's literally been a week since I started filming this video. There's been sickness, personal family stuff that hasn't been super fun, and a lot of other things that made it so I couldn't finish testing out this product until yesterday. I kind of like am glad that not the things happened, but that I had to take a little break because it made me be able to think about the product more and then retest it one more time before I gave my final thoughts. But I do have an opinion on both products, and it took me a lot longer and it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, but I'm there. I did, even though I couldn't like sit down and talk about it, I did film what my eyebrows look like on day 2, the first time I applied them. I noticed that the tails of both eyebrows on the L'Oreal side was a lot more faded than the Maybelline side. It was still faded on both sides, which can happen sometimes, especially if I toss and turn in my sleep a lot. Also on the edges it was more faded. Besides the fact that the Maybelline one has fibers in it, the application process is the biggest difference between the two. That being said, the amount of product that both of the applicators distributes is different. And as I was thinking about it this week, I realized the Maybelline one, naturally, just because it has so much more product in the bristles, is going to apply more than the L'Oreal one because it's just putting things on top of your brow versus like in between your brow hairs. So the next time around that I tried it, I made sure to apply the L'Oreal one thicker, which might not be everyone's favorite, but that's just what I have to do in order to really compare it to the Maybelline. So I applied it thicker. I did still test out the sweat proof factor. I did a really tough, long HIIT workout that I'm still sore from, and it looked good. It looked about the same as it did before I started working out. I don't think there's really any difference at all. If there was just a tiny speck. And then after I showered after my workout, I would say my eyebrows looked about the same. One thing I will say is the L'Oreal fades more naturally, if that makes sense. The Maybelline, when it fades, it's very, very patchy. There's a lot of little tiny patches and they're very noticeable. The L'Oreal one doesn't fade patchy, it just kind of fades off. There's not like little chunks. So I think it really comes down to preference. Do you want your brows to look thicker, or are you just looking to like tint them? How long do you need them to last? Do you just need them to last like all day, or do you want it to extend to the next day? Or even the day after that with this guy? What kind of applicator do you like? I feel like there's a lot less learning curve with the L'Oreal one than there was with the Maybelline one. With the Maybelline one, the first little while after I bought it, I had to sit down and do my brows over and over again to get used to it. They're both good. If we're talking about me, I personally would still choose the Maybelline because it's cheaper and it's just, it lasts longer. It makes my brows thicker. I have very thin brows. I wouldn't say there's a winner. I would say it comes down to preference. If you'd like to see how I apply the Maybelline eyebrow gel, you can click right here. If you would like to see my Battle of the Drugstore Foundation video, you can click right here. And if you want to subscribe, you can click right here. I love you guys so much, and don't ever forget that you are enough. Bye! Mwah.